Hold on, I know what the title says, just let me explain first. IDs that use both Sinking and Tremor are good. With the sole exception of him, of course. Sinking Tremor is a very good team composition right now, and this video isn't made regarding that. It isn't made regarding IDs that use Sinking and Tremor at all, in fact. It's regarding a community concept I've seen time and time again that I vehemently disagree with. The concept in question is that there should be a new Tremor type for Sinking, dealing gloom-based damage on Tremor Burst. And just to reiterate, I do not want this. I do not think this is a good idea personally, but it can always be proven wrong. In fact, I'd love to hear your reasoning as why Sinking Tremor should be a thing. I'd love to know what you can see in concepts I personally can't. That's what makes discussing these topics fun in the first place. And this video isn't a means to put you down if you like a Sinking type of Tremor. I just personally want to share my reasoning as to why it wouldn't make sense to me. Literally the first unique Tremor type to be added to the game, Tremor Decay is actually perfect for Sinking as it meshes well around the design of panic effects. Sinking as an archetype is meant to overall debuff an enemy rather than just doing raw damage. Keyword rather than just doing raw damage, they still do raw damage. Crazy raw damage, in fact. Tremor Decay works to actively make enemies lose defense level for every forward potency on themselves, which I think meshes well with Sinking as a status effect as it has a focus on debuffing enemies just like panic effects. One of the things that I feel like reinforces this point the most is the fact that one of the best Sinking Tremor units in the game has it. Jiang's office rep Ishmael has Tremor Decay. In fact, she's the only way to apply it in a Sinking Tremor ID. This is my crackpot theory, but I think this choice was deliberate. I think Tremor Decay was always meant to be synergetic with Sinking. However, when Uffie Heathcliff released it, they actually didn't want to make him a Sinking ID, considering that he was going to get Wild Hunt later. Again, this is all just a theory, but I genuinely kind of believe this. Pivoting Sinking's role into debuffing enemies rather than just being Blue Rupture is a perfect idea. One idea that I think makes Sinking one of the most balanced status effects in the game, because it actually tries to be different despite being an on-hit effect. Oh, that reminds me. Considering the fact to proc Sinking is to reduce its count, and to proc it is based on the number of coins in the skill, I don't think it's wise to have it on Tremor Burst. We're in the age of modern Sinking where count is aplenty, and you can get like 19 count in turn 2. However, why would I just not hit with Sinking to deal Sinking damage? I have the same problem with Tremor Hemorrhage right now. Why would I just not run Bleed? The only case where this makes sense is for Tremor Scorch, due to Burn being an added end of turn status effect. Burn actually needed Tremor Scorch just to be able to do more damage with all that built up potency. Sinking does not. And before you present the argument with the fact you can't deal gloom damage against enemies with SP, the three core status effects of Sinking at the moment, Sinking Deluge, Butterfly, and Shoot Fracture, all deal damage based on Sinking potency. To be fair, Sinking Deluge first does SP damage, then does excess damage as gloom damage, but who cares? You get the point. Butterfly being the most notable application of this for years due to how easy it is to upkeep and reapply on the next turn when Departed is turned into Sinking potency. Especially considering the fact that it's recently had an upscale with the new Solemn Lament ego for Yisang, because he needed that, apparently. If you're worried about it having a max of 30 gloom damage, not to worry, there's Shoot Fracture. What the fuck? What the fuck is our problem? This is really good. LCA, Ujat, Otis, and by extension Shoot Fracture are very cracked despite needing some time to build up. Uncapped Sinking potency damage on targets with SP is really good, especially considering the factor that Echoes of the Manor can be inflicted with Bygone Days Ishmael's Corrosion. There's even more of a reason to put LCA Ujat Otis on your team. But that's not what this video is about. What I've shown so far are on-hit effects that deal gloom damage regardless if the enemy has SP or not. Effects that are so easy to upkeep, in fact, that it would be actually a waste to focus your damage on Tremor Bursts when a suitable Tremor type for Sinking already exists. I don't know. I think a gloom-based Tremor would be kind of whack. You don't have to agree with me, but I hope my points had some merit to them. Sinking Tremor is not a bad idea, but it's not my favorite, and I respect anyone who thinks otherwise.